Hey y'all, welcome back. This video is going to be all about how to paint on plastic, specifically a Batwing fairing and hard bags. Now the reason I'm doing those pieces separately from the rest of the bike is because those are commonly paint matched and put on other bikes. A lot of people put them on metric. Say you might have a Kawasaki Vulcan, a Yamaha V-Star. You want to add a Batwing fairing with a stereo system and all that. Of course you're going to want it to match the bike. They look stupid when they don't match the bike. You can't just go painting. You can't just go spraying. It doesn't work that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all the proper way how to paint on plastic, because that front fairing takes a lot of damage. It gets all the bugs and the rocks, and so we want to make sure that that process is done right so you don't end up with paint chips flaking off. So once you have everything just about done, give it one last check and you'll see. So like right here, perfect. Right here, not at all. That needs to be sanded better. There's a few more little spots over there. Just take your paper, do all the corners by hand. Don't use a block, you'll flatten stuff out. But make sure there's no more shine left before you paint it. Just like when we painted on chrome. If you got any shine left, it ain't gonna stick. Once you got everything sanded, first step, wipe it all down with the wax and grease remover. You want to make sure you get any dirt or fingerprints or anything off of there. It's going to keep the paint from sticking. So right before you spray it, if you're thinking, oh, that's good enough, all right, cool, got it. No, go ahead, do it again. Sand another spot that looks questionable, wipe it down again one more time with the wax and grease remover, hit it with that tack cloth again. Make sure everything is absolutely perfect. You can't do it too much. But this is the most important part right here. If you're gonna skip this step, you might as well not even paint this thing. Don't even bother, don't waste your time, okay? Do not skip this step. Adhesion promoter. Do everything twice, 5 minutes in between coats. All right, so I like to use U-Pole primer out of my gun any chance I get. Now, if I'm just doing a small job, I'll use something out of a can. U-Pole makes good primer. Rust-Oleum's great. You can never go wrong with Rust-Oleum. If you're just paint matching this fairing, then just go get cans. You know, if that's all you're doing is just adding that, there's no point in going through all this. But I'm doing the entire bike. You don't want to use different primers throughout the process because it could change the top coat. Different primers are different colors. And if you use a darker one, then it could change the coat. And so that's also something you never know when you're paint matching something until it's too late, you know. So that's kind of just something you learn as you go. You might put it with a light primer like this, and then the color comes out lighter than what you have on the tank, and so that's always a problem. But yeah, just once you start a job with the primer, always use that same primer throughout the entire job. If you're just paint matching your fairing, just go get a rattle can. That'll do the same. The goal here is to get rid of all this orange peel. That's what the blocking is for. So you want everything to look like this area, nothing to look like this. So like I have a tendency to do, I ended up creating a whole lot more work for myself. I traded my '08 Heritage. For this 2006 Street Glide. So, you know, she's ugly. It's got a rattle can paint job on it. It's not anything worth bragging about. I really downgraded, you know, but I came across this on Marketplace. Guy used to have a Dyna lowrider, and he got this thinking it'd be a better ride for him and his wife, and he wasn't comfortable on it. You know, these things are bulky. Any of y'all that have rode these, they're really bulky and top heavy, awkward, you know, so wide. It's not a comfortable feel for the first several hundred miles of riding it. You know, you got to really get used to the different weight and how wide it is and all that. So he ended up coming off that one. I didn't like my Ultra for the first few months I had it, you know, so yeah, he wanted to get rid of that and get something else, and so I gave him my Heritage. And yeah, it was a downgrade. I mean, the Heritage was perfect, and this thing is anywhere kind of even close to being good, but it runs decent. And that's all I needed, because it didn't matter if this thing was, you know, straight off the Harley show floor, it was still going to get torn down and painted and all that. So yeah, we're going to make kind of a big wheel bagger, but not a comical big wheel bagger. I don't personally think those look good. I like my bikes to still be rideable, you know, so it's going to be a show bike, but not crazy. 21 inch, 23 inch, something like that for the wheel, you know, 4-inch stretch bags, nothing like the Bad Dad kit. I want it to still be functional as well as, you know, looking good. So going for that type of look, but it's going to be a while before I get to it. After I finish my Ultra, I already have the next job lined up. It's an '03 Heritage Softail that's been wrecked. It's, you know, got the same paint job every other '03 Heritage has. So yeah, that's gonna be next. That's gonna be the next job, is restoring that one for him, so, you know, he can get on the road and looking good. Yeah, it's gonna be a few months before I get to this Street Glide. You know, it's not happening anytime soon. But at least it's here, and we can get started on the next project as soon as I get some more free time. But for now, I'm just going to do a few things to it to make it look semi-decent and rideable. You know, I can't ride it looking like it did, you know, so I'm going to change it up just a little bit just to make me not hate it, you know, but that's it for now.